Welcome to the Calypso Series, a production of the Grenada Cultural Foundation designed to educate and entertain as we reminisce on the creative musical geniuses of the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Let's take a journey down Calypso memory lane.
The party finish, the party mash up. Oh, the party finish, man, the party break. Oh gosh, the party finish, the party break up. Oh gosh, the party finish, yes man. People started wondering what is happening. Oi.
Just so the party done.
Uh-huh.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome as we continue the series on Calypso through the ages. And this series will be looking at Calypso primarily in the 80s. And to elaborate on that, this series I've got with me none other than the stalwart himself. I call him the fat man in Calypso. He doesn't always like it, but I mean, that's him. He fat, you know. I'm talking of Darius.
Hold on. I finally start being straight now. Stop look at man.
You see the Calypso in him? You see the Calypso in him? That's what I'm talking about.
That's just humor.
And to my immediate right is a stalwart in his own rights. He is, as a matter of fact, I don't even know if you remember that, but he is the reigning young king in Grenada because they had the competition once and he won it. Squeezy, Christopher Antoine. And of course, the veteran, the stalwart, the analyst, if you want to call him that, Elwin, the Black Wizard McQuilkin. Gentlemen, welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Calypso, and more Calypso through the years. And I am so happy to be a part of this series, this production, because I know the significance and the cultural importance of it, documenting. Because if we don't, my grandchildren wouldn't know that there was a Darius that highlighted when people played the ras, that musical instrument I'm talking about, of course. And we wouldn't have known when we had to literally get things to cock holes, you know, and Squeezy highlighted that in his song, To Cock a Hole, and so forth. And of course, the man himself, Mr. Black Wizard, told us all the great things about what we're seeing and what we're hearing today. Maybe he had a premonition as to what is going to take place because he told us all the things that the IMF is telling us now. He told us so much more massa and so much. But gentlemen, I want to zero in first with Darius. And as I said earlier, he is a former Calypso monarch. And just before we started the show, I was just reminding him that in 2000, he won by 1 point. He beat me by 1 point in the St. Andrews competition. And however, he went on to win the national competition, and they had me as standby. And having said that, the analyst himself said that is why we're concentrating on judging as well. So we'll be talking judging as well in the series this time around. Darius, tell us. You gave us songs like in the 80s, right?
Yeah.
People playing the ras. We had juking, the scale thing, you understand? And I want to get an idea. Because when you look at Calypsos nowadays, we could see clearly, those of us who have a full appreciation for Calypso, we could see that not much effort is being placed in the development of topics and so forth. People playing the ras, that was one of the first big songs that I remember from you. What was your trend of thought when you were penning that song?
Okay, to be honest, I went to Barbados to study. And whilst there, the Bajan had a language saying that, man, you're playing the ras, man.
Yeah. Cheese on bread, man. You playing the ras.
Yes,
Yeah.
ras, So I just think about that, and I say, that's a good idea. That's a good topic. I could just adjust it to suit our situation down here and make a song with it. In those days, at least I wasn't involved much in Calypso already, see as performing or singing or so. But my brother Timpo used to be singing. I used to help him write songs. But then after this, I happened to have this experience. I say, well, I'm coming home and I'm going to make a song about people playing the ras.
And you turned it to an instrument?
Yes. I just do the adjustment and I just think, I like to be humorous. Huh? I used to be an actor before I came to thing.
Okay, yeah.
Most people don't know about Robert White. That is my nephew.
Really?
Yes, my nephew.
Wow. Robbie.
Yes,
Yeah.
so I had, after I left school, I used to be going and act with the St. Wilson the Paul Society. We had a group, used to have shows most of the places and in the communities, even what St. George is all about. And so I started acting, but then I say, well, I don't think that is for me. So I branched off to the Calypso, used to help Timpo write the songs, and then I said, well, you see, if I could be doing that, I could do it for him. I could do it for myself too.
Yes, obviously.
Yeah, so I said, well, let me just try it for myself. And I started the ras and then other songs.
Okay.
Which are way back gone.
But if you were asked to identify, in your humble opinion, because you pen your songs, which of your songs would you say was your best composition?
Well, everybody joking, right?
The scale thing.
Yes.
Yeah, Messi and them.
Yeah. And the ras, well, it's humorous, eh? I like to be humorous. The ras is one of my favorite too.
Okay.
And normally how I do my songs on them, I used to be going around people, the little children, people of my age, people older than me. And I used to learn what they like and what, and thing adjust to suit, and then I'll make my songs, so that everybody will learn something or enjoy that part of it.
Well, it is often said once a school child could sing a song, it bigger.
Yes, I know the
Yeah.
experience.
Squeezy, Christopher Squeezy Strongman.
I just want to, let's just stay on the ras a little bit.
Yes.
Because
Give us your analysis on that.
No, because I want to ask a couple of questions so that I could analyze the song. For instance, what was happening at the time? And I realized that you use the ras as a medium to say something else, for commentary. There's a commentary, not so?
Yes, that's
So
social
tell us
commentary.
some of the issues that in the song, that you deal with in the song.
Okay. I said astrology is something whereby you send your body out, you have your mind out and your body is there. So the beginning of the song, I said one day I was doing astrology. So I sent up my mind, spirit out there. And my body was there. So it's something like, I have it like, at that time was during the revolution. You have to be careful what you're singing. Because I remember I went to Guav to perform in the Anglican school in Guav there. And while performing, this soldier could man, he said, well, after I don't sing, they want me backstage, because they go with me, because I put a pattern in somewhere. I said, even them Cubans come down here playing their ass.
Right, so
So
give us some examples of people playing their ass then. I mean, so this is one, the Cubans. So
Yes.
then that tells us something about what happened in the society at that point in time. And that's why we want to explore. That's why we want to bring out what, right?
So who else?
So maybe you could sing us.
Who else used to do the instrumentation? Who used to play that instrument, the ras? Who else?
Well,
Besides the
everybody.
Cubans?
The Cubans were teachers, doctors, lawyers, even the prime minister at the time. Everybody.
I just realized why the soldier wanted you.
Yes. Because an instrument, everybody loved to play it.
Darius, guess at 2 lines in the ras.
One day I was doing astrology and I saw myself making history. I invented a musical instrument. Things were well till people started to comment. The sound of my brass was unmatchable. The sweetness real unsurpassable. My instrument, I call it the ras, and distribute the samples wherever I pass. You got that? The morning, from morning, noon, and night, all what I hearing
is
people playing the ras.
some just learning while some get perfect.
Is people playing the ras.
It does song well sweet when you get real perfect, man.
Man, people playing the ass.
Even in the studio when I pass,
No,
I bump to
excuse me.
see Wizard.
I want to throw me out, so please. let's go on.
Good.
So the song already was a commentary on what's happening in the society at point.
Yes, yeah, commentary with humor mixed up with it.
And then a double meaning.
Double standard, yes.
meaning.
Yes, yes.
Double
That's how
entendre.
most of my songs, that's how I used to be making them in,
So
in
that's
the
the
early days.
important aspect of Calypso. double
Yes.
entendre. It's put.
Yes, yes.
Important aspect of Calypso, the double entendre.
Yes, yes.
Very important. And you know, these songs are more difficult to write if you understand what I'm saying, because you have to be portraying two meanings at the same time. You know? Strongman. Yeah, you're watching me and smile with your gold teeth.
Well, you I know goal. Take off the goal.
Squeezy, give me your history. Calypso, we're talking Calypso in the 80s. What year did you really start singing? What year you came out on the scene?
Well, if you're talking tent-wise, right? Calypso tent, that would be 1981. But before that, we used to have our St. Andrews Junior competition, which we used to call 4-H. Yeah, and at that time, there wasn't a national competition. But I remember me and Rooster, Red Rooster.
Yeah, that the dub artist now.
Yeah, he's dub artist. Not a very good writer. So me and him always first, second for about 2-3 years. And then
Calypso?
In Calypso, yeah.
So Rooster dabbled in Calypso as well?
Yeah, he won
As a
the...
matter of fact, I'm very disappointed that he didn't continue.
Exactly.
very disappointing.
He won the national junior competition in Calypso that year, and he won the OECS championship in table tennis that year. And the same year, he won the OECS gymnastic. So that's how multi-talented this guy is. And me and him work together. He speaks about 5 languages. I struggling with 4. So we work together. We do interpretation and things.
I good on 2.
But that's part of my history. I must talk about my brethren because that's where we come from. You understand? Although he's not here and he never really continue. So then I continue from the juniors. As Darius say, I used to do my little acting too. So then I love to act, I love to sing. In fact, when I was small, I always say to myself, I would love to be a Calypsonian because I just like Sparrow and I like how Sparrow compose. Would I compose the song? Yes or no? I like humorous calypsos. I like Shadow. Yeah. That's for sure. I like Shadow. I like Kitchener, Duke and everything. So I always listen to Calypso. And Pele, my neighbor, was a Calypsonian. He died now. May his soul rest in peace. I love to hear the man's songs. So when I go into school, I started to write my own songs since in primary school. And then when I went to high school, which is SAS.
Oh, I thought it was Anglican High. I just say high
Which
school,
is
Anglican
SAS.
High.
We started to do Calypso right there. We had a band called Bits and Pieces. And me and Rooster was singing with bits and pieces in SAS. And then we used to follow the African teller. And then one night something happened. One of our friends got shot going to watch a show. Look, just to go and see Teller, right? One of our friends, we were scaling to go through the door to see the Calypsonian singing.
Sing.
And one police guy just come out and he shoot the man, which was a little boy about 12, 13 years.
He died?
He died, of course.
That was your first year in the tent?
That was no. I wasn't in tent. I was going to look at the show.
That was in the 70s.
Yeah, all of us was going to look at the show.
Did I write a song about that?
Teller wrote a song about it, and I wrote a song about it in SAS. It was really, really painful, and it was really, really painful. I wrote a song about it. Could I remember that song? What the guy's name? He was no. His name was Harry.
Harry?
The youngster that got killed?
Got killed?
Yeah, okay.
I had a song about it, I'm trying to remember. Well, my brother Harry, he got a bullet straight in his belly. When I hear this happen to he, oh, my head started hurting me. Oh, God, for my brother Harry and his family. Today, I am so sad. So to them, I'm sending my sympathy. I have to think about it because it's a long time, and I was about 12, 13 years old.
Calypso through the ages.
But I started with African Temple, 1981. That's African Teller. That's the first year African Temple came out, 1981. I started with them. Wizard was also in the tent. Tangler was in the tent. Elf from Hermitage was also in the tent. There was another guy called Bam Bam Swing. Relator. Oh, Relator.
Yeah.
But they used to call him Bam Bam Swing because he
He
had
used
a
to ride a
song.
bike.
He had a, yeah, he had
This
a
is
bike.
called the Bam Bam
Electric-
Swing.
Yes, he had a
See
song.
everybody move it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was a really nice tent, and we were giving Moss International so much trouble that they wanted men from our tent, African Temple. And that was the same year we said got picked to go Trinidad and sing. You could remember that?
Yeah. Okay.
It was
How are
1981.
you? Yeah, good.
All right.
Now, I want to come in here because I want to. The song is the police shot somebody in the market.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, so gentlemen, don't stop. Pause. I'll unpause you momentarily. We need to take a break.
Welcome to the Calypso Series, a production of the Grenada Cultural Foundation designed to educate and entertain as we reminisce on the creative musical geniuses of the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Let's take a journey down Calypso memory lane.
I'm looking for a job. I have 4 children and I can't afford to mind them. I'm looking for a job, sir. Could I see the boss, please?
Right now, you cannot see the boss. The boss is doing some serious work. You have no time for visitors.
Just spare me one chance, please.
Right now, the country under serious economic pressure, and we got no vacancy for workers. So we cannot take no workers right now. So try some more.
Oh, what is life? What is life? There is no if about it and there's no but. You got to be a fighter, soldier to live a note. In this time of economic recession and inflation, and exploitation of man by man and destructive infection, you got to fight to reach your destination. Life is living on a battlefield. Fighting for survival, yes I will.
Survival, yes I will.
Life is living on a battlefield.
On a battlefield.
Long as there's hatred and jealousy and bandits still in authority, you got to fight hard to clear the ground for your children that is to come. Life is living on a battlefield. Fighting for survival, yes I will. Life is living on a battlefield. Ooh. So much as stick up in the place, you can't get job. And what we go do? Some just try to duck, some just try to back. To recognize the fact that man and man in combat. There are rumors of wars, fighting in different ways. So much to mention, it's uncountable these days. Anywhere you go, you find enemies. Life is living on a battlefield. Fighting for survival, yes I will. Life is living on a battlefield. Some fighting to reach in position, control and exploit the brother man. But I fighting hard on the front line, just to live in proper condition. Life is living on a battlefield.
Welcome back to Calypso through the 80s. Darius, Wizard, and Squeezy, together with yours truly. Squeezy, we're continuing with you. One of your first songs that you did, I am hopeful that you could remember it. Jam on the Street. You remember that song?
That was in 1982, Moss International. Yeah.
Could I have a taste of Jam on the Street?
Jam to the beat. We go jam. Sorry. We go jam to the beat with the music sounding in the street. We want the non-stop musical vibration, keep us rolling, waistline moving on. We want the ringing of the tenor and the strumming of the guitar. And despite a nervous breakdown, we go jump from sunrise to sundown.
What was in your head when you were writing this?
No, it was just like trying to write something for the street. So that's why I said we go jam to the beat with the music sounding in the street. You know, trying to make people dance, because I'm a kind of fella who always love up-tempo music because I like to make people dance. And around them time, a lot of people singing kind of, you know, did like a slow kaiso baba do thing. But you know, as a young fella, just around
Full of peps.
yes,
Yeah,
you know,
full of peps.
we had to pep it up.
Yeah.
We said had some nice pep song too.
Well, we come to that just now because
That time.
Wizard
That
with Pep song is another story all by itself.
But I want the song, I like the song, this is the police song, but from Taylor.
With African Teller, yeah. That's one of our stalwarts that is now resting in peace. Some folks nowadays they change it and say return if possible. But African Teller, he
I can remember the song. It was in the days Gary and Taylor was the only man could have sing about police and Gary, all Calypsonian the frightened. And at that time, the ex-Prime Minister Maurice Bishop, they had shot his father on the carnage, and they shot so many youths around them times. So Taylor was the one that had a song like that. Police brutality, mama yo, have some sympathy. Police brutality, good Lord, have mercy on we. So who killed Bishop father? Police. And who killed Jeremiah? Police. And who killed the boy in Guave?
Police.
And who caused we the youths to starve?
Police.
That was it.
Wizzo, you care to elaborate? I mean,
No, I want to find out what was happening, what was the political climate at the time.
Yeah.
What was the political, I was what, 70 what? Late 70s?
yeah, so that's just
Late
Prior-
70s.
just prior to the rebel.
Yeah,
prior
just
to the rebel.
about 77, 78.
So then things are started heating up in Grenada at the point in time,
yeah.
politically, because why you had other police brutality.
Yeah.
So
That's what led up to
That
it.
led up to that. So, right. Great. So, well, as we always say, Calypso reflect what happened historically and
it's supposed to.
supposed to, most of the time.
Supposed to.
So that's a good one for reflection. You could go.
All right. Well, Wizard, as the analyst, you two have penned some really, really, we like to call it big songs. All right? Big songs. In the 80s, you gave us songs like Struggle. You gave us Tellstone, IMF. I want to get your input. We'll come to Telling Stone just now. All right? But Struggle. I like that song. What?
Some people will sit on their bottom and wait for a change to come. Others prefer to wait on a miracle before they join some kind of struggle. But history has proven laws of nature too. In order to pull through, there must be a struggle. Man, listen, Stone Age man through misery and torment. Struggle against his environment. And ever since the day of creation, mankind has been struggling on.
So if you want to get rid of oppression and exploitation, you got to struggle on. Yes, man. If you want to get an education or build a strong nation, you got to struggle on. And on and on and some people living on illusion. Others about life they unconcerned. A lot of people crying out for change, but they wouldn't help to rearrange in any endeavor in order to conquer. Struggle without falter is the only answer. Man, remember, stone is man to misery and torment. Struggle against his environment ever since the day of creation. Mankind has been struggling on. So if you want to get rid of oppression and exploitation, you got to struggle on. Yes, man. If you want to get rid of Babylon and build a just nation, you got to struggle on. And on and on and
Right.
Weasel, what was happening that time?
Well, interestingly, I wrote that song when I was in Guyana. You know.
Ah,
I wasn't, those days, that I wrote that song about 1977, 78. But I sang it in 1980 in Grenada because I was in Guyana studying between 76 and 78. Well, I had a kind of influence from the NGM, and so growing up under the NGM, talking struggle and revolution, and then I went to Guyana where it was socialism. Forbes Burnham, both sides, as a matter of fact, Forbes Burnham and Cherry Jigan speaking the same language. So the whole atmosphere in Guyana was revolution, socialism, revolution, struggle. So and then Samora Machel, the Mozambique president, paid a visit to Guyana at that time. And they have all kind of posters all over the place. Aluta continue, the struggle continues, and so that's where the idea come for the song.
you use that in some of your other songs.
Yeah, so I say Aluta continue. That's where I got the idea from.
Yeah.
So that's the way. So I wrote that song in Guyana around 77, and came back in Grenada late 78, but there was no carnival in 79. So then I did it in 1980. Right? So there's the background to that particular struggle.
Yeah. And folks, just in case you're wondering and you're just chipping in, this is Calypso Through the Years, and we're featuring the Calypso, the big ones, the prominent ones from the 80s. And with me is Darius, Squeezy, and the Black Wizard. Darius, you also, in the 80s, you also did another song, and if I'm not mistaken, you almost, or did you win the road match with this one, The Party Done?
No, I didn't really win the road match with that. I should have won it.
Yeah, but you didn't.
No, I didn't.
Give us a taste of The Party Done.
Okay. A kayak made a party. He and some Grenadians. Everybody prepared to go out there and dance. There was so many parties people could have go to, but everybody went there because the place was new. Party round, come no place to raise your hand. Man jamming, woman jamming, woman. People just get the feelings. The DJ start announcing. Look, ladies and gentlemen, just so the party end. The party done. Whoa, the party finish. The party mash up. Whoa, the party finish. Man, the party break. Just so the party finish. Yes, man, the party break up. Oh gosh, the party finished. Yes, man. People started wondering what is happening. Yo. Just so the party done.
Yeah. You could sing that song again this year, but
yes, I was advised and encouraged, and people they behind me.
You ever thought about doing a remix to it?
Yeah, think about doing it.
All right.
Think about doing it.
So, yeah.
When the time reach.
Yes. Weasel, in your opinion, The Party Done, that was in what year? That was in
1987.
87.
Yes.
What was happening?
Well, there was some commotion taking place within the NMP party. Sorry, because for example, that man in South Bay was a member of the party. The minister Calico.
Kenny Lalson.
Yes, he was a member, and they accused him of doing some wrong things. They he left. I don't know if I or he left or whatever, and then some things started happening within the party. And I just think back because in those days I used to study the things were happening. I used to be a keen follower of things internationally, particularly in my country.
Okay.
I think that was the year the NDC was formed, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Because what happened,
The kayak.
had a split within the original NNP, it was called, I don't know, but Blades.
Blades was the kayak.
There's a split, so you had people like Finley St. Louis, and who else moving out and from Michael, probably from Michael Andrew and George Brizan, and so
Francis
Alexis, and so they move out and form the NDC. So again, that song tells the important song.
Yes.
Because it tells you what was happening at the point in time. They you know, definitely, you know, in after the revolution fell, then the United States carried, they had some 3 or so different parties.
And they brought them
up to United Island. I had a song, you know, I had a song like that. So and they come and they won the election, and 14-1, I think it was.
Yeah.
And then they, well, as I say, 2 Borat can't live in one hole. But more than 2 Borat in that sense. So then there was a split.
Yes.
Another boss again. They say the Obia man. Who's the Obia man?
Not me.
They say the Obia man.
It's all part of it.
They say the Obia man. What walker spell on them? Some say the Almighty. What solve a great problem? Whatever the case may be, there was never unity. And in such a situation, there must be corruption. Whoa, yo, yo, yo. People start to ball, then get satisfaction from this fete at all. Someone has to be crazy. Party makers have to be mad. The fete lasts 2 hours. They want us to go back a yard.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think one of the parties they collapsed, right?
Yeah.
There was a collapse in the party, so that is where the party done. That came in. The party done. Yes.
Party
yes.
Anyhow, they said
yes.
Time, eh?
Squeezy, to you, we also had from you around that time another big song, and again, it had similar connotations to what Darius alluded to in his song, Cock-a-Hole. Sing Cock-a-Hole.
Well, you say around that time, but it was the same time.
You
should ask Darius why he didn't get the road match.
Because you got it. Yeah. Sing Cock-a-Hole for me. Sing it. Give me a line. Me a verse.
Anywhere you go, anywhere you pass, plenty holes for filling up. I just can't understand what is going on, so I'm getting real fed up. I go have to sing about this dreadful thing. I don't care who vex when I am true, 'cause a long time now the country was leaking. When they seek for help, man, hear what they do. Security was weakening, so they send for peacekeeping.
To Cock-a-Hole, to Cock-a-Hole,
is to see them Jamaicans been sanctioned and Barbadians in Cock-a-Hole. In Cock-a-Hole. Until I fucking roll inside of the sea. Until I fucking roll inside of the country. Oh yeah. You know them Cock-a-Hole. Them Cock-a-Hole is always two Cock-a-Hole and them Cock-a-Hole is the technique in this song.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's put on the words, the English language at play here.
Very good. I love the English language. You can always play with it.
See, as we on that kind of trajectory, we had the party done.
The party done.
We had the Cock-a-Hole.
Yes.
But a song we must never forget in the 80s is Praying Mantis, Rosalind.
Yes, of course.
Definitely.
My Rosalind.
No, man.
You know,
from since the age of 13, I pick up with Rosalind. Rosa was my sweet little darling. Every day we loving and talking. And somehow I keep on forgetting what is next I should be saying.
Rosalind, my
Rosalind.
Every day moving with peacekeeping.
Yeah, every day she going with peacekeeping. And only in barracks she sleeping. Rosalind, my Rosalind.
And every day the girl getting worse.
Yes,
she only
singing in God we trust.
Yeah, I love that song.
Yeah.
In God we trust.
I like that
Praying
song.
Mantis, Patrick Paul, originally from Shantimel. He is a stalwart. He has maintained that style of writing, you know. I've listened to him throughout the years. I've looked at him perform throughout the years, and even recently when he was honored, you know, his mannerism, his stage presence remains the same. Analyze Praying Mantis.
Well, Praying Mantis is a man that, I mean, his roots run deep, you know. His feet well planted in his culture, in his history, and so he sees himself as a true Grenadian, a true Caribbean man, a true African.
A true African.
You
That
understand?
is what he identifies most with.
Most with. So then, obviously, when a man has that kind of thinking, he must write good guys. Because, you know, you go back into your roots. You're well grounded. And to come back to the song itself, again, it tells of what was happening in the society at the time. That reminds me of song like Sparrow song. Even before Sparrow, he had a song called Rum and Coca-Cola. In Trinidad, Rum and Coca-Cola, go down Point Cumana, both mother and daughter, working for the Yankee daughter. So they kind of walk, you know what kind of walk it is. And then all, that would have been in the 1930s or 40s. And then Sparrow came in 1956. Gina and Dinah, Rosita and Clementina, round the corner posing. Bet your life is something they're selling. If you catch them broken, you could get them all for nothing. Don't make a row. The Yankees gone and Sparrow take over now. You see, so anywhere the Yankees are, you're getting what? Yeah.
Walk.
You're getting work.
Walk.
All right, so but Sparrow's happy that he left. So he's king. Yeah, he controls the scene. So those songs brings out a lot of history, a lot of social issues and so.
And that is a very important point that you raised there, Wizard. In present time, we tend to think that we tend to see that the message, the Calypso at some point seemed to have lost the message, bringing out the socio-economic things of what's happening in the country, and people gravitate to more the wine and jam. That'll go be on another series. We ain't talking about that. We're staying. Wizard, you yourself, man. You've penned some songs that, you know. There's one that is so relevant even now. Squeezy, you want to guess this one?
Which one?
Yeah, if I tell you, then you'll have to guess it. Tellstone. Tellstone.
I thought I was going to say IMF.
No, IMF will come through, but Tellstone.
Well, again, as we writers would know that you have to be very alert. You have to use your five senses a lot. So if you hear somebody say something or you see something, you must be able to punch on it and say that's a good idea. Like Darius was saying earlier on. Yeah. When you
think it easy to take it easy.
You know, or even when he babbled about the Rasta and he say, well, that's a guy for a song. That's how culture is supposed to operate. You're supposed to be living the thing. So every time you see something, that's a good idea. You might not write on everything, but you look for the ideas. So they had this column in the newspaper.
Yeah, with Errol.
With Errol, about, so I say, well, I use it as a medium to comment on the society, what happened in society. You know, I use the Dr. Stone at the time as a character, the main character, because he's solver of all problems. Yeah. So, but if you listen to the song carefully, then the song say much more than just solving problem, because you have a part in the song which says that we don't need no Obia man, and part to solve the problems in Grenada, and part of the song say even before he was elected, that time he wasn't even been elected. He wasn't even elected as the leader of the party. You know, I'll give you a little thing. So, according to the informer, this fella has all the answers, so regardless of the problems, just tell Stone and he will solve them. Herald in your fearless weekly. Give him this message is for me. Tell Stone it's time that he get rid of the corruption. Tell Stone it's an embarrassment to the nation. Tell Stone
we still want to know about Grenada Airways.
Tell Stone we still want to know about the Bandarante. Tell Stone it's of great concern. Tell Stone that we won't condone.
Of the problems, will solve them. Errol in your fearless weekly. Give him these messages for me. Touchstone, it's time that you get rid of the corruption. Touchstone, it's becoming cancerous in this land. Touchstone, we cannot forget about Grenada Airways. Touchstone, we still want to know about the Bandarante. Touchstone, Touchstone, it's of great concern. Touchstone, Touchstone, that we won't condone.
Let me just say something based on what we on, right? Just a while ago, you say, right, the Calypso is not at the high like before. And when things like that happen, we got to look at the root of the problem. And then everybody just talk something and then it just gone. Calypso is not like before and that's it, you know? But we got to get to the root of the problem. The root of the problem, number one, politics, right? When you start singing on politicians, they want to make sure Calypso finish, disintegrate. And if you're singing about willy, wine and jam, that's what they want. Let me go, right? Number one. Number two, during the time of the Mardi Gras, we used to have one nice commentary and then an up-tempo song, which could be a commentary too. So at the second rung of the Mardi Gras, people expect to be jumping and enjoying themselves and having a drink and going straight into Juve. And then all of a sudden, it has certain Calypsonians that just come into the thing and they're just doing too slow commentary. And then they win. So as I said before, we get there. When things like that start to happen, the other Calypsonians who start doing the up-tempo music now, they feel, well, that's not what the judge is looking for. So we go have to start singing too slow commentary. And then you start getting people bored. If you remember, and Monroe could tell you, he said it for himself, the man who started the Soca Monarch. The reason why he started the Soca Monarch, because he thought that good Calypsonians was not getting a fair play in the Mardi Gras. They might have a nice up-tempo song, right? And they're not getting a fair play in the Mardi Gras. And people can't get to come and listen them. There is no competition for that nice up-tempo song. So then he invent the Soca Monarch. While we stay with like a slow song in the Mardi Gras, it should be a nice commentary. And second round, people just, you agree with me?
So what's your comment on that?
Well, you see, again, I think one of the problems too is it's harder to compose a up-tempo song with good lyrics, you know.
It's true.
So most of the guys have the skill. They don't have the skill to do like Saddam Hussein. I mean, pulling who
Hussein don't want to pull out.
You understand? The up-tempo with good lyrics, but how many men could do that?
But Squeezy is renowned for that, putting heavy lyrics within the bars of up-tempo. You know, Squeezy has been. But in your opinion, Squeezy, we're coming to deal with some of our good folks who, you know, went on who transitioned to the great beyond. But I want to get to both Squeezy and Darius. You have a very elaborate career singing. Squeezy kind of pulled back a bit, but folks, I need to let you know that Squeezy is one of Grenada's most prolific writers. He really can write. He has proven himself time and time again. But for some reason, he got despondent.
Thank you. That's exactly what I just said. Yeah. I mean, you can't just write a good calypso and then you come to perform it and have and expect to go into a competition where people will be fair, right? And then all of a sudden, you just put politics into it and you see some little boys who ain't singing nothing. Make you look like you're small. And when you listen the song, it didn't have no lyrics, then you're trying to get to the picture. What this Judges is all about. Let me give you one example. In 1989, I had one of the best albums in Grenada. When I was doing my songs for the judges, all the judges get up and clap.
That's good.
Standing ovation, which they're not supposed to do. Do you know what happened at the end? I was not even in the semifinals. You talking, at least you were in the, you were standby. I did True Democracy when Chuck Dust came from Trinidad that year. And Chuck Dust heard this song. Chuck Dust said, who sing the song? And then he said to himself, man, if this guy was in Trinidad, he would have been way up with that song. You remember that song?
Good song.
True Democracy?
Good song.
Give me a taste of True Democracy, Squeezy.
I want to go to Geneva to talk to them superpower about equality, emphasizing on democracy, and to get rid of diplomatic slavery entirely, and to give them an advice, tell them to stop colonialize, stop spreading more lies, else Jago cut them down to size, because all politicians holding the same conversation, democracy they preaching, but I want to ask them one simple thing. I want to ask, is anybody near to me who have full democracy, and anybody oversee who have full democracy, but if all the people from the odd continent looking further for a better future, just as how America invade Grenada, so they should do South Africa. And I will be proud and free to say that is democracy. Yeah, man. And just as how they're spending on military, so they should do for the economy. And I will be proud and free to say that is the
Democracy.
What tent you were in that year?
at my own tent.
Because that year I'm mid-final.
No subvention. We were struggling. You don't know where the struggle comes from.
But in your opinion, you see, and hence the reason why it's important, it's imperative that in talking Calypso, we have to incorporate the judging into it. Because ever so often you hear the Calypsonians cry of getting a hard time. And that is where I rely on our expert here, Wizard, as it relates to judging. Are you satisfied with, what can we do? Because Squeezy is not the only Calypsonian crying out over the years. You yourself had some raw deals, in my opinion, too. But judging throughout the years and up to present, what can we do to at least appease some of our artists?
Well, first of all, you need to training. But there must be some pre-qualifications. If you want to go in the police force, for instance, there must be some pre-qualification. Even though you have to do a dictation, they will have to make you do a dictation, and then maybe most of the time you might have 200, and then by the afternoon time, 100 gone home because they failed the dictation. So you must have some pre-qualification, meaning that, in this case, you must have a good literary background. And you must have a good some musical background. So then you train these people. But you can't just have anybody watch it and come and then having a workshop without no evaluation and then put them to judge Calypso just because they come to a workshop. They have to be evaluated.
And the same goes to the Calypso tent. A Calypsonian should have to go through the test before he get into the Calypso tent. You feel just because just because you write a Calypso, you must be in a tent. And if they don't get picked to sing in the tent, they vex. Oh, but this one, this, and this one, that.
But Calypso bad used to do that in the past.
Yeah, of course.
But I mean, some guys have to vex. But everybody used to take audition. I used to take audition too. I used to sing my song in the audition. Yeah. It's because you just said, go by example.
Yeah.
Of course.
But let's just draw back on the judging for a while. Wizard, in your years of experience, you've been doing this for eons of years. Do you think 2 workshops or judges seminars are enough?
I didn't say. So remember, I didn't say workshop, But I know where you're coming from. But I said training. So training, a series of training sessions, whether you call it workshop, whatever you call it, but a series of training sessions, maybe about, I would say, about a dozen. Right? Minimal. So, and you can't start the amount before Carnival. Right? You have to do it throughout the year.
Good. All right. And I do hope, we were looking at Calypso through the years, but we're looking at it for posterity as well, because we don't want Calypso to die. So I do hope that within our generation, all right, let's hope that Tangla and Bobla and Tenor and those guys ain't call any of us soon, you know. And if they go call any one of us, I want, you know, start far from me. So start down that side. Yeah.
It's good to eat from people, but when you eating,
What you eating?
be careful with what you eating.
It's nice to eat with a friend, but when you eating,
What you eating, be careful with what you eating.
Oh, cross and fish and callaloo, I eat my belly start to grumble. Them people say I can't get away. Oh Lord, the same time I get a vision to check with the OBA man, and then what the OBA man tells me. Uncle, you really lucky. You come and visit me only. That girl would I eat all your damn money. Yes, man. He say as a Calypsonian, you have a good inspiration. Go and touch you on that in your song. Feel that tell mama and say, yeah. The thing they want.
What you put in the callaloo?
Feel that tell mama for me, woman. The thing they want.
What you put in the callaloo?
Mix ya too strong. Yo, that mix ya too strong. Say the mix ya too strong for me. Listen, Matilda. Mix ya too strong. Yo, that mix ya too strong. Say the mix ya too strong. I say, take it, Matilda. Oh, anywhere I go, I will live from any woman. That's my modern nation. I can refuse it with love. Anywhere I pass, I will live from any lady. In the Tomari country, once she's a fish with me. Oh, cause I fish and callaloo, I eat my belly start to grumble. Them people say I can't get away. Oh, Lord, the same time I get a vision to
Go to a OBA man, and that's what the OBA man tell me.
Tangle, you really lucky. You come and visit me early. That man would have eat all your damn.
girl-
That girl.
the girl, Weasel, be careful, boy.
Hey, why you putting Tangla in there,
Well,
man?
I thought it was the Obia man he's singing about. You know the Obia man they do all
That was the Obeah man I was going to money. Nice Calypso.
Yeah, Calypso.
Ability to twist. Yeah. You know, singing that song, I would never forget that Saturday afternoon when I got the call that Tangla died. And you just sang that there and it stirred up something in me. Tangla and I had a relationship that whenever we meet one another, you'd hear him say, "Oi!" You know that, yeah?
Oh yeah.
And, you know, Tangla, again, I honestly don't think, I'm just sorry that Tangla and Bubbler and Tell and those guys transitioned before something like this came about, because
Well,
they really needed that, yeah?
Let me tell you, when I started with African Temple, we started in Tivoli. At that time, there wasn't even plenty vehicles running on the street. So we had to beg ride to go and rehearse and beg ride to come back. Imagine if I had to walk from Tivoli to Maki and Maki to Tivoli, which I did on many
Well,
occasions.
that's why you call him muscle man?
Could you, could you imagine many times we had to sleep by Tangla?
John,
Yeah.
may his
So me
soul
and Tangla
rest
go
in
way
peace,
back.
man.
Yeah, I raised Scrampy little son
Yeah.
like a little baby.
And Tangla, if Tangla was here, Tangla would give you a number of stories, because Tangla really came through the years. As a little boy growing up, I remember Tangla singing. I mean, I remember when I was in my teens, sometimes you go to Simon in semi-final and he would make the semi-final almost every year. Yeah. But he had some long songs, and sometimes some folks, okay, Tangla singing now, I'm going by the bar. I'll come back by the time he finish.
Well, I used to go to Calypso tent just to see Tangla wine.
Yeah.
Just to see Tangla wine. You would never believe that man, that little Indian man you're watching there.
So,
You see, yeah.
Tangla told me one time that
Does he wine a boy?
he had given up Calypso and going to church.
yeah, he did.
Just before he make Calypso, boy, he say, when I watch the guitar in the corner. Sometimes I pick up the guitar. You know, he pick up the guitar and he started to make callaloo. You know?
Yeah. No, Tangla is one of the persons that I know. He had a heart for Calypso because even coming through the years, even in recent times, just before he transitioned, I mean, I remember being in the Kingman Calypso tent, and he was up there with everybody. Even at the age, I remember one of the last songs he did with some promoter that must have owed him some money in New York.
I know.
Pay me my money or something like that.
Yeah.
And he was. You remember that? Yeah, pay me my money. And Tangla, another great exponent of the art form that has transitioned. That is why I'm saying so many of our of our stalwarts moved on. Bobla again. Bobla was a great composer. I mean, I remembered, and he had a unique voice. He had a unique voice.
Oh yo!
Yeah.
Leave the cock on the bottle.
Yeah. Bull in the yard, and But one of the most serious songs that I liked from Bobla was "Put a Hand for the Calypsonian."
Yeah.
The first time I heard that song I was in Moss studio, and Don said, "Listen something here." I said, "Where that guy come from, boy?" Yeah, Put a Hand for the Calypsonian. Big song.
Yeah, it was. I am of the opinion that had Bobla done this song in this day and age with the kind of upgrade we have in our instrumentation,
yes.
that song would have been a big
In
hit.
fact, when I hear the song that Gypsy did, "Respect the Calypsonian," as I heard the song, I said to myself, that's Bobla's song.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that's Bobla's song because Gypsy is a good writer in his own way, but the way he composed the song, you can hear the man pattern from the song.
You remember the song?
Respect the Calypsonian. That was Gypsy.
That was Gypsy Habit.
Put a hand for the Calypsonian.
Talking about Gypsy. When Gypsy came down here, when I sang the party done, Gypsy go and sing the next day, the party is over.
Right, yeah.
Yes, he come down here and he talk to me and go and sing the party is over. Then I realize what he's doing.
But Wizzo, in your experience, right, is that good or bad? What does that tell you that a Calypsonian from one region would come into a next and hear the songs and go back and maybe modify it, and what does that speak of?
Well, I don't know about modifying. What do you mean by modify? But if I feel you should be able to make a song from a song, because that, for instance, there's a song like Stalin, for instance, sing a song about the new portrait. There's a song, the Portrait of Trinidad. And he sing the new Portrait of Trinidad. So you get that idea from the Portrait of Trinidad. So you say it's time to write a new Portrait of Trinidad. So nothing wrong in making a song from a song. I do it all the time, but you have to have techniques at it. So even if you take something from an idea from a song,
you could maintain your originality.
Yes,
and use your skill and write a song.
And not only Gypsy did, a lot of Grenadian Calypsonian, I can call the names, I can
No,
call,
we're not with
hold on. I can call the songs. When I hear the song, I say, this song come from this song.
Right.
Because I always follow up with Calypso. So I know when a man pattern from a song to make another song.
But when I do it directly or inadvertently, we do the pattern ourselves. over Calypso and
Oh, yeah.
that go before us. The other was taking from Sparrow. You know, it was like Sparrow style, and you take something from Sparrow, you take something from Stalin. And that's how it's supposed to be. Sparrow himself would have taken something from somebody before him.
Of course.
You know, so that's how it
For
goes.
example, when Black Stalin sing, wait Dorothy, wait Dorothy, wait. What's the song that Beast sing? Beast sing a song about, okay, all you want me to soca, but not until this, that, and that stop.
Okay.
Then I go
The
soca.
concept.
The same
concept.
concept like with Dorothy, with
Well,
Dorothy, with.
Even Chuck does have other concepts that people take after, you know, not singing on that, not singing about that.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
but you see again, it's a skill like how you could take have a same theme like a man, but how you develop the topic.
Darius, Wizard just mentioned this. Who has been your mentor in Calypso? Who you really looked up to? I know your brother Timpo was kind of, you know, an idol to you, but
mentor.
yeah, but who? Yeah.
He was one of my mentor.
Mm-hmm.
But as you see movements on stage, see Blue Bye flick the mic and do that kind of thing. So
I could have told you that. I could have told you that. Yeah. The only thing you don't say the
yeah, well the movements and say, well, look, I can do it now because a finger. That means just
yeah, it happens with time. Yeah, the fingers go with time. Yeah.
yeah, you got broken. I didn't know you was broken, and then
Yeah.
you just starting. So I
Right.
can't really fit back that. That's one of the problem too. I don't really sing too much because I like to flick the mic. Yeah, that's so easy, you know.
Okay.
But otherwise, I mean, most of them is, well, I might tip some of them Vinci melody,
Mm-hmm.
but I'll blend it do my own blending and stuff like that. But otherwise, to say to when lyrics is concerned and stuff like that, I used to do a lot of reading, and in radio I used to work on my radio. Well, nowadays it's phone and thing like that. But I used to how we are going. Sometimes I go on River Story radio and listen people song and listen that kind of thing and that thing. You see newspaper? Well, every weekend I buy 3-4 newspapers.
Okay.
And I want to inform. I listen news. I know almost all the capital of the world, of different countries. I knew that because I was
Okay.
well informed. Countries in the one thing, I used to follow news and thing.
Okay.
So I was well informed, and then I listened. Well, the human guys, so I listened that to one thing. And well, part of my thing was being acting and that thing. So I know.
So it came about naturally.
Naturally,
You see,
yes.
if you want to be
yes.
a good Calypso, you have to listen to Calypsos.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have to listen
it
to
was-
as many Calypsos as far back as possible.
yeah.
So you learn from, you have to learn from others. You
Yeah,
learn from
yeah.
others. You know, sometimes I might say when Short sing to his Lego, I say I have to make a song like that.
All right.
So all those kind of so you get inspiration. And then that's how I came up with I feel to fall down on the ground. I feel to
And you're the falling truth, you know, Wizard. Wizard is good falling.
so you have to learn from those who came before you.
I really had like that song to
Yeah.
Tourist Lego from Shot
Shot,
Shot.
Shot,
I
yeah, yeah.
I used to sing
Squeezy,
that
who was
song.
your who was your mentor?
I said so already. Sparrow, Shadow,
Uh-huh.
my brethren, Paley,
Uh-huh.
two Kitchener, Gypsy. The Gypsy come late in the game still. Al Stalin come late. You know? But the original boys, I mean.
In wrapping up, yeah, Wizzo, from your analytical standpoint, what, as stalwarts like yourself, what do you think it takes to really keep? Well, one, we must, you know, applaud the Cultural Foundation for this, all right, documenting it, because, you know, if we do, if that isn't done, our children and grandchildren will really forget who Black Wizard was and who Darius was. But in order to maintain, well, not even maintain, I'd like us to go back a bit and redevelop the art of writing and composing calypsos and so on. What can we do?
Well, we have to first of all have people get interested in Calypso, young people. And they could be you could get them to be interested in Calypso, but it's how we bring it to them. It's like programs like these, for instance, like this one. We definitely, even though it's a 15 minutes, they would sit down and listen to it. Because when we used to do workshops for the young people, some of them might say they don't like Calypso. But when you play a song like King Liar for them, they're laughing and they like it. So, and they like music. Once people like music, but you see, we do have a listening generation. They just sit down and listen, like how we used to listen.
They
sit down
move
and listen.
visual. They
move
want to
visual.
watch things.
They want to watch things. So, we have to get them to listen. And then we have to have incentives, proper incentives. So if you have, for instance, Soca Monarch is 100,000. So I believe more people would try to win the Soca Monarch crown. So if the youths, for instance, the junior Calypso competition, if for instance you said $50,000 for the junior Calypso Monarch, you would find more young people getting interested in Calypso because everybody like money. So
Okay.
it's incentives.
Let me just add a little bit to it. Apart from the money, you might get the incentive, but that doesn't mean to say you have the art of writing calypso. I would like to add to that. I would like to say that you have to go to the schools, you have to send good writers to the schools and start teaching the children from since they're small. And I'm going to give you a typical example. I used to go to the school and teach tourism and everything like that. When NDC 111.4, I work under the NDC, but I never get paid because I didn't file for pay. So more or less was voluntary.
Pro bono.
Yeah. So there was this guy in the class called Ricky. He ain't doing no homework at all. And the teacher said, no matter what she do, Ricky is not doing any homework. So I tell them kids, okay, listen, we're going to make a song on Ricky. How he playing the fool at school. I want everybody to go home and write a little verse on Ricky. Don't you know when I came back the next week, all the children come with a verse and I put it together and we start to sing on Ricky. And it was a big laughter in the class. Everybody was singing and laughing. So that's how you have to get them, interested in the whole thing. And after that, Ricky started coming to school with the homework.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, let them sing on him again.
What I could tell you, if you go to this, some of this, like say, St. Joseph Convent, every year go and judge Independence Calypso competition. Sometimes you go to PBC. The children write good songs. But after they leave school, they don't follow. So we have to, that's why I say we have to have incentives. But they have the talent, they have the skill to write, but there's no follow-up, there's no incentive for them to do it.
One of the things that I do know for a fact, Calypso will never die, right? It would never die. It would go through different phases, but it wouldn't die because Calypso is really in our blood. And I would really, really like to see more emphasis. Like you hear about the school Soca Monarch. We don't hear about the school Calypso.
Okay, we're coming to a close, so without cutting you, you don't forget that Darius was the national Calypso monarch in the year 2000. We only talk about the 80s, but we leave the 90s and the 2000 out, which I was even more effective, in the 90s and in the 2000s.
Give me one of your favorite songs from the 90s.
From the 90s, one of my favorites. I have so much of them, like Stick the Cake, Saddam Hussein.
You want to know which was my favorite?
Childhood Days in Danger.
Yeah.
Miss Mary. There's so much of them.
Squeezy, hold on. Let me tell you my favorite. Stranger woman come to tongue and she getting on in this soca party. Could you take it over?
All them rude boys in the tongue all around. She playing lovey-dovey. Trying to figure out her character and where she come from. You starting a
Some
low.
say she come from
You starting a
America.
low.
Some, I could go there. I could go there.
That was a little low for me. But Darius, go on, man. Tell us the song you sing for
90s?
No, 2000 when you win the crown. Nobody can remember, I'm sure.
Was it Jukin?
Yeah. Normally I always sing, I've been listening and I always sing a slow song and a fast song. Although it will be social commentary or political commentary, but I always sing a fast one.
Yeah, that's what
I always think.
I want to hear Jukin. One verse.
This Grenadian spent years in England. Dun, 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 dun. And mind you, when I have my songs and the music playing, I usually arrange it, tell them what I want. Yeah. This Grenadian spent years in England. Dun, 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 dun. Oh gosh. Dun, 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 dun. Then he come back to settle in his native land. Dun, 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 dun. Oh gosh. Dun, 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 dun. After spending some years in this land of his, dun, 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 dun. Oh gosh, dun, 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 dun. He start living in fear. He just can't take it here. So back to England he must go. He can't take the jam no more because every day the juking. Yes, man. He can't take this juking. Tell her with this juking. He fed up with the juking. The joking inside. Oh, yo, the joke. That tone. That 2001. Yes, yeah. This one and then Kai. So we have to defend the monarch. Yeah, I couldn't defend because yes, my mom. So the reason after that I just can't sing again easy. Because when Timbo died, 1992, I sang 91. Timbo died 92. I just didn't sing again until 1999. Jamon. Small tell me come back and sing. Daddy will come back and sing, but I said I do it again. 1999, I sang a good song. That time I was unlucky from the day I born. Like if it's me what pong nail in Christ's hand. Want to believe it? Want to believe it? Me mama and me papa look the two of them disown me. I am the most unfortunate one in me family. From the day I born, it was confusion. People say me not me papa son. Oh my, oh why? Father, please have some mercy on me. From the day they went and they christened me, the holy water finish on me. Oh my, oh why? Father, please have some mercy on me. I tell you, man, I get in horrors. I can't take the pressure. Me life is too dread, is better dead, dead, dead. I go and sing that for finals. I make a nice coffin for me. They put me in the coffin. And Mr. Monday. Then guys, after I don't sing, they drink the rum. And they lock me in the coffin.
How you feel, boy?
What? I don't say that. I mean, I know coffin, I know that looking like it. Doesn't matter, the coffin there, I didn't. The man leave me on the go, Yes. So that's something I had to cough up, kick up in the coffin. The coffin closed down.
That would have been an experience. Yeah.
The mask night,
And what you placed that year?
I placed, I think, 8 or 9. Because they say I just come back.
Oh, okay.
And they can't put me high.
Let me put you in the coffin because I just come.
And that in itself, that comment, that statement, you just came back so they couldn't put you
Yes.
high. That is,
That is a normal thing. And 1981, after Timbo won, I made this song for Timbo. Taylor came third, Scorpion came second. I came fourth.
And who came first?
Timbo.
Timpo, okay.
Yes. In the cinema in Grenville, Taylor beat me by half a point. Half a point. They take about a whole half an hour to give you result. People there, there's troops in there on the goal and thing where they say thing that and they want to put, they know who to put for second. Because Scorpion was in St. George's. And me Timpo and Taylor was up first and just competition. So they don't know who got it. Taylor told me before, I'm the only man afraid. They afraid none of the others.
How much copy just die, innit? Last year, sometime last year.
Yes,
he was really a good Calypsonian, good pan man, good cultural artist, man.
The fight and the thing going on over it can't give the result. Because they don't know to put afterwards the thing they put Taylor for second, I for third, half a point he beat me by. Timpo. Then yes. I make picture one. Then after we went down St. George's for the national finals now. Timpo come first, Scorpion come second again, and Taylor came to about a whole half an hour again. They did the result can come out.
So how much point he beat you by that time?
3 points. So then I say, then I realize because that time I just come on the scene. So once you just come on the scene, they have a kind of thing about the scene that you just
You're
come
rusty.
on. You
You're
just
rusty.
yeah.
But in wrapping up, gentlemen, what is your opinion? Do you think that Calypso is on a good trajectory to resuscitation, if you want to say that? Darius, what's your opinion on that?
Well, I find they should have more workshops and things like that going on.
For judges or Calypsonians?
Well, both.
Yeah.
And too many Calypsonians nowadays, they're not interested. I don't know what is the problem. But things they to sing about. They could be impressive. I mean, impressive topics, something they could sing. I don't know, maybe, I know I still read a lot of newspaper and things like that. But maybe they don't even read in the listen news, nothing. And there's a big, you have to be informed as to what happening. But nowadays, is a rum, a woman, and a
jam and wine.
Yeah, that is all. And I don't feel like making anything. So sometimes I don't even listen to them.
Okay. Squeezy.
Yeah.
Well, what I would say is that Calypso is not lost in Grenada, because you live in, I live in, Wizard live in, Darius live in, and many others, Inspector, Ajamo, and so on. So all is not lost. We're still there. We can come back in the Majgra whenever we feel like. Scholar is there, Beast is there. So we have good Calypsonians around.
But in terms of keeping the standard?
Keeping the standard, if you're talking about the youths, is a different thing. But if we need to come back, I definitely think if we want to come back, we're going to come back just as good as we used to be. Because I know I come in and face Wizard and Darius. I'm not going to be writing some kind of little scrappy thing. I know I come in and face real men. You get me? So in order for the calypso to rise, if we not there, you have to be hard on the youths. Don't have no favoritism and thing. Do the thing right. Educate the judges properly because they are the ones, number one, that caused the art form to be like that, that me and Darius and them, we don't want to come in this thing again because we had enough struggle and we don't want to go back in the struggle, you get me? And you get too big to go back in the struggle. You know what I'm talking about, Weezen.
So you're saying that judges is one of the reasons for, the judging is one of the reasons for.
One of the reasons.
For, so right, fine, you're judging over the years, that could make people lose interest in singing, but you also, as a calypso, you must think beyond that anyway, beyond the judges.
Calypso to me is way beyond the competition.
Beyond the competition. So because especially because you know definitely in the past, even whether we winning or not, we pack we bag and we gone to New York and Canada and England.
But it's not because of calypso. It's because of soca.
No, we up-tempo calypso.
Up-tempo calypso is soca.
Well, that's a different argument. So let's not go there.
That is soca. What they happening now, what going on now, and they calling it power soca, that is rap soca. That is not, you see, they have a different name. They call it power soca. Where it come from?
But, so the point I wanted to make.
Jab.
But you see soca as it is now.
Jab is soca.
Soca help to is responsible for the standard of calypso. Not only in Grenada, the post-standard of calypso, because people the young people gravitate towards soca because of the flair.
And not only that too, but they promote and
they promote it, and because for instance, you have $100,000 for soca. How much for calypso? 85. So so then obviously the young people would go for the soca. Just like it's like cricket, Test cricket and
2020, of course, right?
Yeah. So that's the problem.
But and having said that, you I don't know if you're following, but there are certain talks circulating to sort of get rid of the T20 because it's killing Test cricket.
That's the point I'm making.
Yeah.
So here you go.
So
no, what I was saying, right? The point is direct, right? Calypso, the real slow calypsos. When we go abroad and sing to have a show, you don't do the slow one because people come to party and have a good time. So you do all the up-tempo ones, and when people come out, they're nice, they're sweaty, they have a drink, and they feel good. I won't go there and do baba do da da do la lo la na do na na na. I won't do that in England and Canada. So that's why I say in the March Gras when we used to do that one social commentary, which used to be nice and slow so the people can listen and understand. And next round we come with the up-tempo with a bit of lyrics in it. That's what the people want.
You have to have a repertoire. So for instance, you make more than 2 songs, you need 2 for the competition, but you have more than 2 on an album.
Of course.
So when you go out there,
you go.
You could do a good set.
1 slow song and 4 fast one.
4 fast one, because they might still want the Grenadians, for instance, it's overseas especially, they would still want a social commentary of what's happening home. Yeah. So it's a repertoire really. So you have to have a good repertoire.
Okay, gentlemen. Well, we've come to the end of this series, Calypso Through the Years, as we document this art form, Calypso. We want you to appreciate it, look at it, listen to it, and get involved in it, throw your support behind it. On this series, I had with me former Calypso monarch Darius, along with the reigning young king, Squeezy. That crown is, it's eons of years now.
1989?
88.
88?
87.
87? No,
88.
89.
Yeah. And also a former Calypso monarch, Elwin McQuilkin, the Black Wizard. Want to say thanks to the producers of the program, and we look forward to another series, Calypso Through the Years.
The music holding me, it controlling me. Oh, Grenada, I want to hear you. There's no festival like we carnival. Oh.
getting drunk. This foreign Yvette, half was carnival fete. She didn't want to sway, no way. But when the soca jammer, she fly out from a corner, singing she sweet love way. Hey, hey. I feel to fall down on the ground, I feel to roll and tumble down, I feel to hold somebody and party, party. I feel like doing the shango, I feel like doing the limbo, I feel to get on the floor and let go, let go. Music holding me, it's controlling me. Oh, oh, there's no festival, sweet like carnival. Oh, oh. Music holding me, controlling me. Whoa, whoa. There's no festival like we carnival. Whoa, whoa. Action tight, the place rum crum. Pandemonium in St. John. 1,000 voices ringing, 1,000 bodies swinging. Yvette on the go. The way she hips got ready to the soca rhythm, like she soca before. Oh, oh. I feel to fall down on the ground, I feel to roll and tumble down, I feel to hold somebody and party, party. I feel like doing the shango, I feel like doing the limbo, I feel to get on the floor and let go, let go. The music holding me, it's controlling me. Whoa, whoa. There's no festival like we carnival. Whoa, whoa. Music holding me, it's controlling me. Whoa, whoa. There's no festival like the carnival. Whoa, whoa.
Welcome to the Calypso Series, a production of the Grenada Cultural Foundation designed to educate and entertain as we reminisce on the creative musical geniuses of the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Let's take a journey down Calypso memory lane.